Next up. Five. Five.
So there are a lot of repetitive movements in Tekki Shodan, and there are 5 points you should think about. Point number 1 is overall, when you have a kibadachi, or I guess you're going to have the kibadachi all the time, make sure you bend these 2 parts a lot. The bad example is your kibadachi to be high like this, so make sure after the movement, you fall this part down and keep your axis straight. Second point is how you land your leg when you move sideways. Pay attention here. From here, first movement, let's start here. You go this way and you cross your left leg over the right. A point here is that don't go down straight like this. Make sure you go down from the edge. And by having this motion, you're able to accelerate your body sideways. If you land flat, your weight goes totally down. So make sure from here, you go down and use this to move sideways. That point was a little bit controversial because in some shotokan organizations, they do this. But just know as a knowledge that there are 2 ways to do, and that if you do it like this, it gives you the acceleration. Nothing is wrong or correct. Next point, try your best to use your hips all the time. For example, after the first movement, use your hip. Don't just do this. But use your hip, set your hip back, move your hip again, and move your hip. So each time, move it slightly. If I exaggerate the movement, it looks like this. So practice like this first, and make your spin smaller and smaller. Next point is the difference between this and this. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know, but the first one is an uchi, an attack, like this. You're hitting the opponent's right here nose with your fist, like this, just like you're knocking on a door. See how it's going to the front, right? But this is a block to the side. So make sure your fist doesn't just go to the front, but it's moving to the side, just like this block. Same thing here. And I guess this is the most crucial point here. When you do this, become unbalanced. Don't keep your weight balanced and go. This is a rather fall down movement, like you're getting knocked down your leg. So make sure you go fast. You're using this fall gravity movement to your technique. All right, so for the explanation for the bunkai, first what I did, it was the first sequence of this, right? So first he does a punch, I block, and go in for an elbow. And from here, you hold on to the shoulder, and you bring it here, just like this. Make sure you use your hips. And from here, add on the impact with your gedan barai. So I'll do it slowly. Block, elbow, bring, and throw, like this. A point you should know here is that you're using your hips and not just your arms, because if you want to throw someone down, you gotta use the momentum of your hips and make your movements flow.
Tekki Nidan.
so there are a couple of things that you must make sure to get correctly for Tekki Nidan. First, starting with this block right here. Make sure, this is a very unusual movement, right? You're moving the hands in a 90-degree angle to the side. The meaning of this is that you're blocking. However, unlike the other blocks, that we use, we don't have a hikite here. So how do we generate power? Well, we must still use our back. How do we do this? Is by, from here, first movement, each, right? Our shoulder blade comes together. Knee, our shoulder blade shifts forward. San, shifts together again. So you're using this to generate power here. Make sure you're not just using your arms here to do this. There's nothing you can do like that. So make sure you go from here, close your shoulder blade, open, close, okay? So yeah, move it like that. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my online group lesson from the link up above. Second point is, so from here, you go 1, 2, right? How we make this powerful is by moving these two together. If these move separately, try for yourself right now. Do this and do this. Which is heavier here? I think the answer is 2, right? Moving it together. These don't simultaneously synchronize. This, your movement synchronized. So, from here, ba. Touch and make it synchronized. 2, so you can use both parts of the body. Ba. And then, push with this arm and make sure you thrust with the other together. That's how you generate power. If these don't synchronize, it's not matching. So make sure these touch. The third point is how you move up and down. From here, we go up, right? So from a big tall tree to a small grass. Up. This trains how you move up and down in a kata. So things to consider are bending your pelvis right here. Like I talked in the stance video that I did before. From here, put your hand on the front groin right here and practice falling down. Like this. Don't go like this, okay? It's not an arc. It's rather a slide down or a drop down. From here, don't go like this. Just like you glide down like this. Smash that and go like this. One last point is the kibadachi. Tekki is for training your kibadachi. So make sure every single time you have the outside parallel to each other and your feet must be right at the side. Make sure one isn't the front or the back, or that they're opening. Make sure both are parallel to each other and they are on the exact same line. So write a line, or if there's a line on the floor, please practice on the line.
Tekki Sandan.
So now let me explain some of the tips for Tekki Sandan. First tip is after the punch, you punch. And this. What you're doing is somebody grabs you and you're trying to get rid of their grip. So what you have to do is, if you just pull back like this, they're not going to let go. You have to use your weight, your whole body weight, and with this elbow to drop down. So do not try to do this. Rather, drop down your elbow and your whole body, supporting with the other hand like this. Like this. So make sure you relax this down. Second point is after this, you move to the side and you block. Make sure the thumb is faced up, and that since this is quite a unique movement, I'm not sure if you're used to doing this with the thumb up. So in order to make this easier, make sure you support your elbow with the other arm and you push out the whole thing out. So not like this, but not like this independently. Connect it and make sure you push together. Third point, during these fast movements, such as from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These movements are very fast. So first, please practice slowly and do each movement in a bigger motion. You can even exaggerate it like this at first. As you get used to it, minimize the motion. This kata is going to be very hard for you that has a tendency to stiff up. So relax down your shoulder, move big in a relaxed state. The next tip is this movement. Let me do it slowly for you. So what happens is, let's say you are doing from here. From right here, first you draw this arm inside and release the other arm here. So just like you would do a gedanbarai, form this shape. The thumb facing down, thumb face to your ear. From here, you're going to draw this arm inside and this arm outside. Execute that at the same time, and there you have it. Other side too, like this. You see this in Tekki Sandan, so if you're familiar with that kata, it's the same exact movement. Tekki Sandan in general is a very hard kata because you can stiff up pretty easily. So practice slowly at first, and please get used to this speed. If you liked the video, like it, and for other kata tutorial videos, check these out. And if you like my feedback, then please join my online group lesson from right here. I both have private and group, and it's held on Saturdays and Sundays. The private ones are tailor-made for you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.